Hello there. Right, as you know, I've got several little projects going at the same time, and I'm I'm not one of these people that can concentrate on one. So what I'm going to show you here is that we did this before with the image transfer. So I've done my laser printer. What it is that it's called the Samurai Lover. That's what it's going to feel like. I'll give you a quick glimpse. I've got a samurai here that's going to go in the bottom corner here, and that is, as I've said, I've just printed it, and what I'm going to do is that I will glue this down and I will stick on top. However, with this one, I want to do the image transfer on it. So as you can see, I've made sure that I've got it right, because it's got to be reverse. So she'll be looking, she'll be looking away from him, as if she's thinking. So let's just figure out where we're going to put this. So I think if we put it here, let's just get our samurai warrior out again so that we can get in the right place. So if we think about here, I think that's quite a nice layout. So just so that we know what we do, because I'm going to put some of the I'm using the matte medium. I'm going to put some of that down. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to mark out sort of a little bit, not a lot, just a little bit, so that I can see, because I don't want to go pasting all over the place with this. So in fact, what might be better if I sort of did good thinking, Alan, and then sort of there and there. So I've got my substrate. I've got me layout. Now we're just putting a little bit down, not a lot. I don't know if I should have shaken it first. I don't think you have to do, but here it goes. Let's just shake it a little bit. Now, as I say, we don't need a lot, because we are going to be picking out. I've treated myself to a cheap big. This is a 2.5 inch brush. The reason why I bought this is that it's going to be easier for me to put these down. Can you see how it's a lot easier for me to spread the glue over, and I've got a nice thin layer. So let's put that down there. Take our image and put it down. Then I've got my little roller here, so I can squeeze it. Now I think excuse me, I've got a bit of a sore throat. I think it's better if I use a credit card or something, because that way I'm not going to get any glue on the back. We don't want that. I want the back to stay as dry as as I possibly can. Excuse me. And let's just take this is just a piece of kitchen roll, and then let's just rub this down. There we go. Now, as you can see, I've cut this out. It's the first time that I've actually cut it out like this. I don't know how, if it's going to be any easier when it comes to doing the final thing. But let's just get rid of as much of this as we can. So, and again, let's just get this flat as we can. I'm trying not to rip the paper, but we do need it to be flat and fully against the base. Right, I think that's about as best as we're going to get. So what I'll do is I'm going to leave that. Not leaving it for long, I'm just going to leave it for a couple of minutes. They say, oops, let's see if we don't want this on. Say 2 or 3 minutes. So what I'm going to do is just, I'm going to let this dry, put this lid here. Then, now, do you remember from last time, we do not put any water on the backing, because on the last one, if you remember, see if I can't get it down at the moment, but if you remember on the last one when we added some water, we actually lifted, we reactivated the glue, and we lifted some of the paper. So I'm just going to go and wash this. I'm then going to make myself a cup of tea, and then by the time I come back it should be ready to start the great thing about peeling. So I'm going to put it on hold and I'll be back in a minute. Okay, bye for now. I'm back. Well, that took much longer. Gizzy, she's I don't know why, but she loves bringing wasps into the house and playing with them. Don't ask. I don't ask. I haven't a clue how she does it, but she does it. Anyway, let's get back to this. Let's zoom in a little bit so we can see what we're doing. Now then, let us see if it's taken. So we just lift up one edge and then pull it. Well, that's not telling us anything, is it? But it's one bit of the layer off, so let's carry on and see what's happening here. I know it's a bit like watching paint dry. I do apologise. Come on, Alan. There must be a bit that's... Oh, I've got a message. There must be a bit somewhere that's going to tell us that it's taken. So, but of course we need to take off all this paper. And then we can start. Now they do say that you can, if your hands get spit thing, use a towel. Bit of a towel just to give that bit of friction. But we want to keep it dry. But I don't know what's going to happen here, because only part of the paper, and I have used very good quality paper. I've not used photo paper, but I bought some paper that sort of 2 steps up from photocopy. So, right. Let's see if we can get our little fingers into action, shall we? And see what's happening. I think I'm going to have to get a towel. Oh! Oh yes, I can see something. Did not hurt your fingers though. I can see something happening. I'm just going to go over this roughly with my fingers. I wonder if, let me think, I wonder if do you have the plastic scouring pads that we get, the green ones? I wonder if they were. I wonder if I've got one. Let's have a think. What is it show? Right, I'm just going to put it on pause and I'll go and have a look. Right, so I'm back. I couldn't find one, but I found, I don't know if this is going to work. It's not the green one, but let's see if we can get some. No, that's not getting anything off. It's getting some of the top layer off, but it's not giving me that friction that I need. So, right, so let's try the towel, shall we? I've got an old towel. They say should work, but no. I can see, because I'm pressing too hard. Can you see if I just bring this, can you see what's happening here? Whoops, let me just get this in focus. There we go. So, can you see what's happening? Come on. Focus. Can you see that little green bit? That is from the coat underneath this, so I'm in a bit of a pickle at the moment, so I'm just going to have to use my fingers, I think, and see if I can get everything off without no, this is my worst fears happening. I think I've glued it on too long and now it's sticking, so I'm sorry, I'm going to have to do something I didn't want to do. Which is use a bit of water and gently taking it off, and hopefully if I don't rub too hard it won't reduce it down to the base layer. Oh, a bit of a bummer about that, but we'll see what we can. Sorry, I've got you right up there at the moment. I'm not showing you what's happening. So I mean, it's worked, and hopefully if I don't get it too down. What I've done here is that this is actually a much finer nozzle for the water, so maybe it's not put it in a great big blob like the other one did, but I don't really want to start saturating this and finding that I'm taking everything off and I'm going to lose stuff. But like we say, this is only the second time that I've done this, so I think you learn by what you're doing, and you then start building up that you know exactly what can and what can't be done. So let's just get a bit more around here done off, and then what I'll do is I'll then stop it and carry on a little bit, and then show you the next step, which is then I'm going to make a glaze to take some of the, to hide something. Now I don't know whether it's because I used a glossy medium of the paper that this paint is not taking that well. I don't know, but we shall see. So right, I'm just going to stop this now, stop the filming, and I'm going to carry on. So I'll see you in a while. Okay, so I'm back to spraying and cleaning, so see you in a bit. Bye. Hello, back again. Oh, I've got to sit down for this because I did something stupid. As you know, I've got a plastic knee in, which, good news, I don't know when I'm going to be putting this up on the net, I'll try and get up soon, but 10th of June I go in for my new metal knee, so yay. Now then, oh, let me just get this, like, hang on, I can't do it because I've changed everything down there. Oh, bummer. How am I going to do this now? Oh, no, I can put it there. And I found this site on the website, on the that's site that you buy and you bid and you get things. Excuse me. I actually went and made a cup of tea, and it's here. It's my big mug. Let me, excuse me, just for 1 minute. Oh, that's better. So anyway, they sell these tubs here. They're 60ml. They're a very, very good make. Winsor & Newton. You can't go wrong with them. And they're just the right size and price. If you're interested, send me a message and I will... now, I don't know whether they ship to the US of A. I do not know. We can but ask. So, but I know that if you buy, postage is free. If you buy if you buy 3 of them, 3 different makes, the postage is free. So I've treated myself to, I've got all the basics now of I've got the raw umber, I've got a copper, I've got a raw sienna, I've got a burnt sienna, the red ochre, burnt sienna ochre, raw sienna opaque. I want to get some more of the opaques, yellow ochre, Van Dyke brown. Obviously I've got the black, the white, the cadmium orange, whites, cadmium yellow, transparent yellow, a deep turquoise, Pythio, is it P-H-T-H-A-L-O, green, excuse me. Oh, I do apologise, it's very rude. It's this medication that I'm on. I'm burping up, well, let's just say, air comes out of both sides. I've got a primary blue, a white, a cadmium red. So I've got a nice selection of that I'm going to be able to use. So on this one I thought I'd use a cadmium red and a yellow ochre. I thought I'd try them too. And it goes in the tub. Now, let me introduce you to what happened. See how it's worked? Now, I'm really pleased with that. There's still a little bits that have got to come off, but please don't come off. Please. Okay, right. Please. I'm trying something. I've just got the tip of me finger a bit wet, hoping to take off the paper. So it doesn't really matter because I'm going to put the glaze on, and where the paper is, the glaze should take it and give it a different colour. But as you can see, it's kind of around the edges, so just keep it control. Right. I'm going to paint this. However, I did think, how can I do it? Well, I've got. Oh, hang on. Just let me get up. Oh. Whoops. That's it. Alan destroyed the sets. I've got a lot of the metal flakes. So I'm going to use some of these on around here. So I might highlight a little bit around here, a bit there, put bits there as well, just so you know, a little bit of highlight on this, because I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different hues. So 5 different colour combinations. They really are nice, the metal rose. They get everywhere. Boy, do they get everywhere. And I've also got my the 5 Castell pens and everything, so I'm not a great loss. In fact, should we just have a... Let's just get a... Oh, and I got some new toys as well. New toys. I'm singing. I'll be on the X Factor next, or The Voice. See what I bought myself? I treated myself to chalk pastel colouring pencils. Look at that. Now, isn't that fabulous? Now, I've not used chalk, but I thought, hey Alan, you've been in hospital, you've had a bit of a rough time, get something that's going to cheer you up that you've not used. And I thought I'd get these, and I even get little. So I treated myself. I could have got a smaller set, but for the extra money I thought, blow it. So I'm looking forward to playing with these, and I shall show you how it gets on, because I've also got to do the I've got so much to do when I get back from the hospital, so much that I planned and I want to show you all. Right then, I've got here, these are, not them, these are my picked marker pens. I think these are the Indian ink ones, aren't they? Indian ink, yeah. So, let's have a play, shall we? I just want to darken this a little bit. Let's have a look. See what colour combinations we've got. I like that one and I like that one, and that's a bit too. I think they'll work. So put that to one side. Lightest colour first. I will always go light to dark. Always light to dark. Now I'm not going to worry about these because I am going to cover them with the gold flakes. So let's see what we can do. See, that's a bit too bright there. Let's see if we can dumb it down a bit. Dumbed it down a little bit. And I think once we get the glaze and everything on it, it should be alright. So that's not too much of an issue. You can still see it stand out, but we can hide it. I've only done that so that I can, it doesn't, because it was standing out at me and it was making me annoyed, so I had to do something to sort of push it back, even if it's just a temporary measure. So these are something else I want to have a play with and let you see how they work, because while I've got them, you might as well see how they work. You might like them, you might not, but what's the point of spending all that money on something that you're not going to use? Let me spend my money and you can see how it goes. I tend to, there's not a lot of stuff that I don't think. However, this is my little bandwagon now, cricket. Do you know what they've done? Right, they've got this new setup. Sorry, I'm going on a sidetrack, but I need to get this off my chest yet again. They've got the new system on cricket where you go, it's all up in the clouds now. I think that's where everything's going now, in the clouds. And they're charging in North America $9.99. I thought that was reasonable to get access to all the images they've got there. However, they don't include the Disney, and I'm sure there's going to be a lot more coming up that they're going to say, hang on a minute, no, you can't use them. You can't use them because we've got the rights and you can't use them. So anyway, I went into the cricket to buy it and I clicked on my shopping basket only to find that they were going to charge me £9.99, which I thought, surely that's an oversight. Yeah, you can't be doing that, it's not right. So I just did a little equation, and at the moment, well, when I did the check-in, it was, the exchange rate was 163. So I thought, well, hang a minute. So therefore, cricket are going to be charging everybody outside North America approximately $17. That they're charging everybody in the North America $10. It's all digital. They haven't got to package it anywhere. They've not got to send it anywhere. They've got no postage. They've got nothing. Absolutely nothing. No delivery costs are included if you buy them in America or you buy them in the UK or Australia. I don't know what they're going to charge Australia. They might charge Australia $9.99. I don't know what their exchange rate is. Or they're going to be charging, they won't even charge €9.99 because I think that might be a little bit cheaper. Excuse me. I'm not sure, but I have written to cricket. No answer. I have posted 4 times on their Facebook page, and all 4 times it's been removed by them. Now, I don't know if we can remove a comment that's made. I don't know. But the big wigs, the companies, they can remove anything that gives them negative feedback if they want to. So that's my beef. I really am annoyed. To be quite honest, I'm not going to buy. I was going to buy the new cricket, but I'm not. I'm going to stay with my Cameo, and I'm going to push the Cameo and the Silhouette as much as I can now, because I'm sorry, but this is the second time that cricket have done something to the detriment of a lot of crafters. This is the second time. So, and they've also put several companies out of business, by the way. So, anyway, that's by the by. So, they'll probably get me now, take me to court and say they'll demand an apology. I'll apologise. I'll keep my bloody fingers crossed, because I'm telling a lie. Anyway, let's get back to this. So, what I've done, I have got some glazing medium. Oops, sorry, can't see, can you? And I've picked out a cadmium red and a yellow ochre. Now I've got my brush, it's a big wide brush. I've dampened it with a little bit with some water. It's not wet, it's just damp, because that will then pick up the fluids a little bit better. So, let's go with the red. Actually, the red is just going to be the stronger colour. So let's go with the yellow ochre first. And then just put that there. We don't want a lot, just a little bit. And then, oops, can't get the cap back on. Dumb fingers. And then let's put, whoops, approximately equal amounts of the glazing. I think that's about it. Have learnt to clean the Game of Thrones, watched it last night. Oh, fabulous, love it. And then of course I had a dream about Game of Thrones. They offered me a contract and I was in 14 episodes. However, I didn't like the costume they were going to give me. Or should I say, the lack of costume that they were going to give me. I thought, anyway, I woke up then. So, right, I'm just using a little stick just to mix it in a little bit. There we go, I think that's about mixed. You can always add a bit more glazing medium if you don't think it's... Now, the glazing medium will not affect the tone. As you can see, it's the same colour mixed in as it is. So say all it does with the glazing medium, it just allows you, how can I put it? This is like, say if you got paint, but before it's turned into a red, it's a clear, what they got in the can is clear. So they then add the red pigment to make it red. So all this is, from what I can gather, is neutral. It's got nothing in it. So when you add colour to this, this just takes on the colour that you put in. It doesn't dilute it in any way, shape or form. Right, so let's just take that off there. And rather than get it all over the place, let's just take it on our brush. Right, well, let's just put... Now this is kind of strong, this. But can you see how it's still letting me get through underneath? Now then, let's take our this is just an ordinary baby wipe. I just want to start pulling. I'm going to use the baby wipe as a brush just to pull the colour around. I mean, there's nothing stopping me actually using the baby wipe as the brush. Let's just bring it down here. I kind of like that that's going. However, let's add some of the red, but this time I'm just going to use a little bit. As you can see, that is just a tiny bit, and then we're going to double this in quantity by putting the medium in. In fact, I've put a little bit more than I should have done, but never mind. Right, let's just... Right, I'll put this in here so we can see what's going on again. And let's take the colour off. Let's just add some of the red. And then some of the right, and now taking my baby wipe. I should really have put my gloves on for this, but hey ho. A bit of red here. Can you see I'm just a bit red? A bit more. I think that's gone down a bit. So let's just add that red. And then we want to try and take something off the figure so we can find a cleanish bit. I just want to take something down. Sorry, I'm just going to lean this forward a little bit because I just want to make sure I can take some off here. Now, that is actually coming nicely. Remember where we did the colouring at the beginning? There we go, right. There. Now I hate wasting, so let's just bring the glaze in over here. And the glaze over here. And let's just bring that down there. and some of the other. And the beauty of the glaze is going to allow what's underneath to come through still. But just now I can see a little bit here. And so you just hold it up to the light and then you can see what's happening. I'm kind of pleased with this. I like the way it's going, but as you can see, mucky fingers. So, and you know, I don't get rid of the thing either. This I keep it. See, these I should have put these on. Well, you live and learn, don't you? So let's just get. See, your baby wipes double up as a paintbrush. There we go. I think that is going to be it. I shall now go and wash everything, but let me just drop this down. So hopefully that you can now see. Hang on, let's just how's that look? Can you see that bit better? I'll take some photographs as well, I think, during the day, so that you can see. But I really am pleased with this. I'm glad that's come down there. Now, a little sneak preview. I've got to trim this out, but he will be going about there. And then I've got some more stuff to bring in here. So I've got to trim these, go around the edges, just do nothing. So there we are. We've done it. We've done the glaze again. I really am into these glazes. I really, really like them. And also using a baby wipe, whoops, as a brush. Now get rid of all the paint off the brush. Just you need to get rid of it all, because it then makes life easier when you come to wash up. There we go. Wash it. There we are. Pleased. So I shall leave it at that. I'm going to shut this down now, go and get washed and have a cup of tea, and I will speak to you soon. So take care and enjoy. Bye for now. Right, we're back again. Let me just get this up. Sorry about that. A bit too far out. As you can see, I'll show you there, the figure turned out really well in the end. I'm really pleased with it, and I like the we kind of went wild with the colouring afterwards. Should we get some bit, how's that? Is it a bit glary? See, they're the artificial lights. Let's just put some extra daylights on and see how that looks. Oops, that was a bit. I want to save that bit because it looks interesting. Right, now I like the way that it looked, and I like the way that when we kind of went wild with the baby wipe and the colour to give it an overall colour. We can still see it, and remember that bit there that we were worried about, because let me get right up there. That was the bits that we had to use some of the pit pens. Is it pit pens? Hang on. Sorry, brain hurts today. The Faber-Castell pens. You know, the Indian ink. And can you see how it's actually, when we put the liner on, it's actually blended in very nicely. So I'm really pleased about that. So what we're going to do next, I think now we should start thinking about layering down more colour and different textures. So I've got a couple of stencils. This one is the sketch grid. Then I've got another. This one here. It's a grunge chevron. And then I've got another This is more sort of a grungy. I like this because it's got different elements to it. Then I'm not quite sure about the others. I did pull some out that I thought I might use. I just dived in to the collection and just picked a load out. Then I've got that says they're mixed up. It's not. It's Harlequin. And then I've got my splats. And I've got the different elements that I like for adding little, extra bits on. These are really great stand-ups. Stand-ups, stand-bys, because I think I'll also get the 6-inch version because they are brilliant. They're the kind of ones that you can use all the time and in different mediums. You can use wets, you can use textured paste and everything, so paints, whatever. So I really do think that if you can, this kind of thing is something to look at and invest in for for the future. So now then, speaking of which, I hope to be coming up with something very, very soon. I'm working with a company I've worked with a lot in the past. That's Crafty. We're going a different direction, so fingers crossed we'll have some good news on that soon. So right then, let's have a look. The more I look at this, the more I'm thinking no. So let's put this back and then select. You've got to be very careful with these because they're cut so intricately. You can cut the bits out. I'm thinking of using the my new grunge ones. These. There's a lot to choose from here, and there's so much that I can do. Now I'm liking the butterflies, and I'm thinking of using a texture paste with the butterflies sort of here. Let me show you. Let me just move in a little bit closer. There. We can see we've got an overall image that we've got the Samurai Warrior going here. So what I need to do is find him, which is here, and then I've gone round the edge with a dark pen. It's giving that line, and also to sort of, there's no white bits showing, so I'm pleased about that. I'm pleased with the way that that's looking. So we take our pen, which is in here, and then what I want to do is I just want to go on the inside of where he is and draw. Now the reason why I'm doing this is that I then know where I can and where I can't go when it comes to doing, if I'm going to put any texture on, I need to know that this bit here is off, sort of is out of bounds. For the simple reason, why do I want to put a texture on here? Then when I come to put this on, it's going to be all crumpled. It's not really what I want. If you know what I mean. I want this to be flat. And I want the texture to be built up upon it. So if I say don't throw pens down there, I'll put them back where they are, then you know where they are when you need them. So if I get my texture paste, and I'm just using an Artex one that we get in the in your DIY shops. That's all it is. It's nothing special. So this could be coming to the end of its days soon. Well, now what I did do with this is I did add some titanium white paint onto it, just to give it a bit of a, that extra that little bit of whiteness to it, because it was a bit grey. So I don't know why I did that with that, because I'm getting absolutely nowhere with it. Baby wipe. This is the baby wipe that we used yesterday. Oh dear, what have I done here? I've got some texture all over it now. And that's the baby wipe I used yesterday. That's going to make some fabulous flowers when I come to use my one of the presses and the spellbinders. So that's going to make some nice things. I've got to try and find out now and try and remember where I put all my spatulas, because I had to tidy up. You know, like you do. You tidy up. Now they're in here. There's my gloves. Are they in here? No. Drat. One thing you do remember about when you're making videos is that my language is calmed down a lot. Shall we say it can get very, very workmanlike, builder-like, should we say. So I have learnt to tailor my language. I'm going to have to put you on hold while I go searching for my spatulas. So bear with me, I'll be right back. Yay, found them. Sorry. Right, there we go. I knew I put them away somewhere. And I was looking for these yesterday as well. Anyway, I put them into a safe place. A place where they are not going to go into hiding. So let's get this show on the road, shall we? Now then, we need a good... Now what did I do with that stir? I did have a good, there we go, solid stirrer. Okay. It's drying up a bit now, but it served me well, this. It's lasted a long, long time. There we go. This is a bit better, this. I need to get it. I think I might need just a little bit more white in this. So, just put just a little. Can you see the difference with the titanium white? I mean, look at that. There we go. It's worth just keeping a bottle of that in. Oh yeah, even that little bit is giving it such a nice colour. And with it being the paint, it should add in a little bit, so it'll make it easier to paint on top of, if you know what I mean. There we go. It's a bit wet, but I'm happy with it. Remove everything so it doesn't get stuck on. Now then, let's make a move, shall we? There we go. Right, we decided where we were going to put... I wanted to put some butterflies here. Or maybe down here. So we just put some there. Right, okay. And take our spatula and then our paste, and then just put it over on top. Being careful not to go into any of the other bits, and obviously be careful not to go over the edge. So I'm being very gentle with what I'm doing, building it up a little bit, because this will, if you you can still put the bridges and everything on. Let's take this off and then just build it up there a little bit, and then build it down here. There we go. Right, so I'm happy with that. This is the fun bit, lifting up. There we go. And then scrape as much as we can off before we go and wash, because that means there's less going down the drain if you scrape it off now and then give it a wipe with a baby wipe. Being gentle, because there's got lots of bits on it that are see, I knew I should have gone to the bathroom and done this. Never mind that one. Right, clean baby wipe. There we go. Right, I'm gonna have to leave this as right. I'm going to show you close what we've done. Can you see how we put the butterflies, and they've got some depth to them. Let me just see if I can get it up there. Can you see how they've got a bit of depth? There. So what I'm going to do now is that I can try and force dry them, but I think what I'm going to do is, because I've left some, I added some titanium white to it, I kind of watered it down a little bit. What I'm going to do is that I'm going to let these dry on their own. I'm just going to let them air dry for a bit, just cure the, if we can just cure the top, then we should be okay then to start working on something else. So what I'm going to say now is I'm going to say bye for now, and I'll be back when this is dried, and then we can then start thinking about where we're going to put some more texture on. And I might even dig out some papers and add a few papers, some written words, and I don't know yet. I think we can still build up on this, and we can still build up with some textural, some paints and some paper ripped out and everything. So it's not finished by a long shot, but I'm glad we've got another layer down here, and we're going to start building up all the way around the thing so that we build up a really nice composition that when people look at it, they can see different elements every time they look. They think, oh, I missed that, and oh, that's nice. So that's where we're going to go with that. So I'm going to say bye for now, and I'll be back later on. Okay, take care. Hi, it's back at right. Just a little update on what I've done. I used the Artex, and I used the whoops, I've got this on. And I used the this is the specimens stencil, and I did two elements from it. I did this one, which is to me is like the heart. There's going to be like the sun, and there goes some butterflies here. Now to colour them, I actually used Indian inks. I started off by first of all, I've got to admit, I used the Faber-Castell pen, the Indian ink pen, and I coloured it in there, and I wasn't quite happy with the way the colour was going. So what I did was I got some Indian inks, and a paintbrush, and I just started putting colour down. Then using my finger, I don't know if you can see this. If I move it up closer so you can see. Can you see how with the ink I pulled it out just to give that little, as if the rays were coming through. Now this is going to have to be knocked back by using a glaze, because it is a bit too much sort of in your face and standing out there, so it needs to be knocked back a bit. If I get hold of the Samuria, which I dropped, if I get hold of the Samuria and put them in place, can you see how the story's starting to build up? Obviously I still need to do some work here and here, but my story is, because I want this to tell a story, and I'm very pleased with with how it's happening. So I think the next step is I'm going to knock these back, and I'm also going to use the same glaze on here because I want to knock this back as well. I don't want this to be so new, I need it to be aged. So today we're going to be working on here, and we're going to be working on here. I'm not quite sure what elements I'm going to use. Maybe I use some paper, I don't know, but I just thought I'd show you what's happening at the moment, and that will soon be done. And I think I've prepared another board which I'm going to be using. However, I kept away from the oranges on this time, and I've also got the skaters to do as well. So I've got 3 projects on the go. I'm very pleased about it. I'm very happy about the way things are going, and I'm starting to really enjoy building these up. So I'll say bye for now, and I'll catch up with you soon. Okay, bye for now. Hello again, it's me, I'm back. Oh, hang on, let me just tuck this in so I'm not flashing. I've remembered I put my gloves on this time. Right, we're going to start doing some more work on here. I'm in the mood. So what I've done is that I'm going to do some stenciling. I've pulled out some Martha Stewart metallics, as I would like to, because it's sort of this Japanesey thingy. I think it's time to use a bit of rich colours, which is the golds, the silvers, the bronzes, and the deep reds, which I think would look nice. So I've pulled some out, and we'll see how it goes. I've got my stencil brush, which I will just prep up for you. Now this is little standard. It's just a brush. I've got these ones as well from years and years ago. As you can see, I've sort of trimmed them up myself. I prefer using this kind of thing for stenciling than the brushes, than the pads, because you've got a little bit more control. So when I prep these up, all I do is I just get some water, and this is a baby wipe that's underneath, and then I just get this wet. That way it's going to take the paint a lot easier, and we're going to be able to use it a lot easier. So that's it. And then if I'm not using it, I just fold it over, then that will then keep it wet for ready when I want to use it. So let's get a dish, and let's use some of this. This one is pale bronze. Excuse me. However, I do like this rust colour, so I'm going to try this to start off with. Not a lot. The beauty of stenciling is you don't use a lot of paint. So I just got my paper towel there. Right, for this time I'm going to be using this. So hang on, let me just move a minute. I'm going to be using this stencil. It's called, for those who want to know, Textured, and it's reference TCW434. So I'm going to use, I've still got the outline of where my main figure is going to be, so I kind of like this overlapping a little bit. So let's take the dab it and then sort of dab it. Just, we want to work it into the brush, but we don't need to overload the brush. And then just a little dab on a piece of paper alongside you, and then just gently stab. As you can see, I'm not using a lot, but I'm making sure that I keep my stencil as flat as I possibly can while I'm doing this, because, and the brush is kept, right, say, right, that's my paper there. The brush is kept upright at all times. Don't tilt it. You want the brush upright all the time. So, and it's just dab, 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 dab. It doesn't matter if you've not put a lot on. You can go back and you can build up colour. It is a lot easier to build up your colour and then sort of build up that way than it is to sort of, if you throw everything on and you're not left with any, it's going to be harder to take it off. So let's just build up a little bit. And again, what I'm doing now is that I've got the overall, layer down. So I'm just going to take my brush now. I'm going to load it up a little bit more, and I'm not going to be, sort of quite sticky. Well, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm not bothered about it being heavier in some places and lighter in others. It's just a case of giving a little bit of definition. Right, there we go. Careful. Now, as you can see from that little daub that we used, we still got that. Now, I'm going to put this back into the container, because I'm a meanie. And this, well, they're not the most expensive. They do cost money. So, let me get a brush. I'm sorry. I don't think I'm going to get much in with this. I think it's a bit too thick. So, can I pick it up in here? Should I be able to pick this up? Yeah, I can. Hooray. Oh, damn. Never mind, I can still get as much up as I can and then put back into it. I know it's only a little bit, and you might think, what's the bloody idiot doing? Trust me, there might come a point when I might need that little bit. Anyway, that's what I'm going to tell myself. There might come a point when I'm going to need it. Then, let me find my old, there we are, my old cloth. Waste not, don't want to waste anything. Wipe it up. Put it down. Right, let's take this up, shall we? And see what we're looking. Lift it up. Oh, nice. Nice, 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 nice. I'm going to have to dash off in a minute and wash, because I don't want the paint to dry on the stencil. I'm one of these that I need to clean them. I need to clean my things as soon as I can. But, can you see what's happened? Let me just... Can you see there? What's that little white line there? Oh, it's just a little bit. Look, can you see how that's just left? It's not overpowering. Pleased, right? Very pleased with that. So I'm just going to go wash my brush and wash my stencil, and then I'll be right back, and then we'll build up some more colour in another place. So I'll be right back. I'm back. The only downside of cleaning your stencils after you've done them, used them, is that you have to sort of let them dry. So, well, I've dried them with the cloth, but I don't, they're still a little bit damp. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to use this one, which is called Coffee Splotch. Ah, right, it's coffee stains, etc. And let's have a look what we can do here. I might actually, can you see how, right, the figure is here, and if I sort of push this, let's have a look, see what we can do. Can we sort of bring you in a bit and then use, now it's going to be a bit of a pain round here, but so I do like that. So maybe if I bring this, if I do this one here and then bring this one in there. Right, let's have a think. We also need to know what colour we're going to be using. This brush is getting a bit, it's not as, it's getting a bit soft, a bit bouncy, which I don't really like. Right, we'll give it a whirl. We'll see how it goes. Right, so we've tried that one. I don't want to go the same colour or anything. I've got a black nickel here, or I've got a gunmetal, because they're kind of silvery, and there's another dark one which is brushed pewter. I don't know. This is where I could do with half an hour sitting down talking to myself. Pure platinum, sterling, champagne, or do we go for a gold? That's pale bronze, gold, rose gold. I think a rose gold is a bit warmer. That is a bit that's a bit warmer than the normal gold, so let's see what happens with this, shall we? Once again, give it a shake, and then we're just going to put just a little, not as much as last time. There we go. It's quite a rich colour, that. Right, and if I can come down a bit. There we go. Now then, I said we're going to. I like the idea of the. Oh, is it coming off? No, I've got to be careful because I've got that there. So let's just load up the brush a little bit and then see what happens, shall we? And once again, I'm taking it easy. I'm not overloading the brush because I can always add more later on, which is what I think I'm going to have to do with this, but it's coming on. I'm moving my fingers around all the time so that I can put pressure on the stencil and keep it as flat as I can. That's a little bit like Twister. You have to get them in all different sort of positions and make sure that everything is down. Now the only other trouble with stenciling like this is that you're not going to get a flat colour. It's not going to be flat. It's going to have definition in it and it's going to have a texture with it, which I'm okay with. Some people, they don't, they want that flat colour. But I'm trying to build up texture. Right, as you can see, I've just used that last bit and then there's nothing left. See, I've used it all, but I can always go back and add more. Right, let's lift this up. Oh, right, if I show you this, show you what we've done. Can you see? And so that's added a nice bit of colour. I still like the idea of maybe adding something here. I still like that idea. So maybe if I bring the figure in there, and then rose gold again, just a little bit. I don't need a lot. So let's load up the brush again. Right, and then I'm going to go around here now. Just let me just ease it, bring it out a little bit, so we can see what we're doing. Right, I want here. And bring it in here. And then bring this one in here. And then the last thing is I want to bring it round here. I know where the end of the figure is, so I don't need to do all of it. I'm just overlapping it a little bit. And then let's just build this up here. And build that up. Press it down again. Again, it's just short little stabbing motions. Oh, I've got one there. I wonder if we could just get that last one in there. There we go. Might as well as use up the paint. There we go, and then lift it up. There we are. Right, so let's put that there. Then I turn this round so that we can see it. I know it's upside down, but if you can picture that there, then we've got our figure that goes there. That kind of thing. You can see how it's now building up and it's becoming interesting. We need something around here, and then I think I might bring a bit more paper into here to these bits. But no, I am pleased with this. It's going well. So once again, I'm going to put it on hold, and I'm going to go and wash the stencil, and that's my phone going saying I've got a message. So I'm going to stop it now, and then I'll be back in a bit. So, ta-ra, see you in a bit.